Diddy is facing serious allegations, and it seems Steve Harvey and Kevin Hart might be implicated due to their connections with him. What could they have done together that has them worried about the truth coming to light?
I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting the bag. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to.
Just a month before Diddy's arrest, Kevin Hart suddenly shut down all locations of his Hart House restaurant chain. Fans are speculating that he might have been trying to leave the country. However, a video of him at a party with Diddy, alongside escorts, was allegedly leaked reportedly by Diddy himself. This seems to send a message that no one can escape him, implying that if he goes down, others will too.
Everything like this, you gotta bring balls to it. As you see, it's female friendly. We got a ladies and female. She's butt ball. That's what I call it. Raw dog. I'm not jumping to myself. Once everybody gets out, just being like, this is my thing. I'm doing this type of thing. Doing what I do best. To the camera, cut the camera.
Kevin Hart isn't the only one linked to Diddy. Old footage has surfaced showing Diddy allegedly dating Steve Harvey's stepdaughter, Lori Harvey, when she was just 22. In the video, Diddy can be seen rubbing Lori's belly, raising eyebrows given Steve Harvey's comments about their encounter.
Me now to talk about another story making headlines today.
Yeah, so this one is actually sparked by these pictures. That's 49-year-old P. Diddy with his hand on his girlfriend's belly. Now that is 22-year-old Lori Harvey. They're in Cabo. She's, of course, talk show host Steve Harvey's stepdaughter. People are talking about maybe she could be pregnant. He's rubbing her belly a little.
I tell every boy to come to my house, listen to me, take my daughter out. But everything you do to her, I'm gonna do to you. So I always say, if I look outside, y'all kiss me real hard. When you come in here, me and you gonna kiss real hard.
At the time rumors circulated about Diddy dating Lori Harvey, he was nearly 50, and notably, Diddy's son had also dated her. It's already strange to date your son's ex, but what's even more unusual is that Steve Harvey actually accompanied Diddy on these dates. Yes, you read that correctly. Footage from TMZ shows Steve sitting next to Diddy while he was dating Lori, seemingly unfazed by the fact that his daughter was involved with someone old enough to be her father.
Date her?
Yes, that cannot be true.
Sounds like someone's got Diddy issues. And by someone, we mean him. Because they actually look pretty happy.
Diddy and Lori Harvey, they're heating things up in Italy.
Notice her arm is on the back of his chair.
Shocking. For some reason. But yes, Diddy's now getting super cozy with Steve Harvey's daughter, who Diddy's son, Justin Combs, used to hang out with.
Justin weren't even that serious. They were just out in the club a couple times.
I think it's more interesting that Steve Harvey.
Diddy has a history of making people uncomfortable with his behavior toward family. Allegedly, he has discussed his mother inappropriately in front of friends and has even kissed her on the lips. In a recently resurfaced clip from 2022, he's seen smoking a joint with his mother and joking about creating a strip club themed around her before leaning in for a kiss. Given this behavior, dating his son's girlfriend likely wouldn't seem unusual to him at all.
My mom's gorgeous. Let me introduce you to my mom. Call Mom Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrated. What's up, Mom?
Good, baby. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too. Mom, freshly dipped though. I was just trying to show you shit. Yeah, my mom's a single. Mom's a single. I ain't gonna hate on my mom. She's single. Me and my mom talked about one time doing a dating show with her. And she's so picky. She's so picky, they don't stand. But yeah, that'd be the funniest show in the world. I don't even want to get started when she was doing that. We're not doing that, cause yeah, my mom's single. Yeah, for real. Mom do know how to have a good time. She ain't sitting in the house playing. She outside moving and shaking, baby. She come with me to the strip club. I don't care. For real. It's my dog. I want to live life. We out here moving and grooving. My mom told me, she just said, keep moving, baby.
That's right.
Keep moving.
Don't stop.
She could touch.
In an interview with Art of Dialogue, Gene Deal recounted how Diddy would brag to his friends about his mother's sexual appeal and what she was still capable of. This behavior is concerning, and it appears to be a long-standing pattern for Diddy, indicating that he doesn't consider even family to be off limits.
Talking about that his mother could take her palms and bend over and put them down on the floor. Not bend over, but she could stand straight up and put her palms on the floor, bruh. He's saying that about his mother. Who describes any of their mother actions like that in a sexual way? And then, you know, I don't know how many dudes do kiss their mother in their mouth when they 50, 60 years old or something like that. That's them, that's their whole thing, man. But that was a little kind of weird for me. And then his mother wore the same white fingernail polish that Cassie described that he liked to see her and other models in when she was describing her lawsuit. And what's crazy to me is that, man, it seemed like him and his mother had this, I don't want to get too deep, man, this Oedipus complex.
The only thing even more horrifying than Diddy having a sexual relationship with his own mother is the fact that Diddy allegedly groomed his own steps, and several people who were close to Diddy recalled that they had seen Diddy try to get extra comfortable with his own son, and his actions were in fact so weird that everyone around Diddy felt uncomfortable with what he was doing. Key.
That I be wanting to know, like, why were you so infatuated with a child that wasn't yours? Were you grooming that little boy? I don't even want to start those conversations, because that's not your child. You know what I'm saying? And for you to keep him that close, it's like you kept him that close because he might got your secrets, because he's not your child. So if he's not your child and you that type of person with that type of character, you don't mind actually doing it to him when he finally reaches a certain age, because he's not yours. And you know in your mind he's not yours. And now you keep him real close to you. You make sure he don't go to his daddy. Why? You make sure he's separated with him and you provide him with everything he wants. Why? You got one of them little Michael Jackson secrets. He got one of them secrets that he can't tell nobody, because his legacy, I mean, his manhood gonna be, and not only that, his brother not gonna look at him crazy. Only Puffy know, only God and Puffy. Pussy, right? I don't know. All I'm gonna say is, I don't know.
Y'all be sure, son?
All I'm gonna say is, who's infatuated with another man's son now, like that? Like, you guess that seemed like...
Rumors suggest that Diddy and his son were both able to date Lori with Steve Harvey's approval because Harvey was allegedly leveraging his daughter to enhance his connections. Several celebrities and sources close to Diddy have indicated that he would use his influence to boost someone's career in exchange for access to individuals he could exploit. For instance, Usher introduced Diddy to Justin Bieber, and it's been claimed that Steve Harvey offered his daughter in a similar context.
Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the Timber for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there. But you got custody of him first. Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the table. Does that sound like a good guy? Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there. Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there.
Returning to KevinHart, many fans were taken aback by his alleged involvement with Diddy, struggling to reconcile his image with participation in Diddy's wild parties. According to Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, Hart faced significant pressure from Diddy and had reportedly been drugged to partake in the activities at these events.
You said I mentioned Justin Bieber. You ain't said I mentioned KevinHart.
Okay. Well, what's going on with KevinHart?
I don't know, man.
Oh,
You know, the internet is going wild on him, saying that he was a curator and a narrator of one of the Diddy parties and got caught on tape in a tub of baby oil or something like that. And he almost fell in the tub. It was crazy.
You know, he would be one of the celebrities that I definitely wouldn't think would be involved in anything illegal. For sure.
But you gotta realize this, man. People who get caught up in certain those things like that, those parties and things like that, is that they don't go there looking for that stuff. You gotta understand, they get caught up in the moment with the alcohol, the drugs, and then certain bottles that are laced with certain things that take you away from your normal self. And you end up probably doing something that you probably never will do again in your life. You never get caught up in those things ever before. There are a lot of celebrities that go to these parties like that.
Can you believe that this kind of behavior is widespread in Hollywood? Both the music and film industries are filled with individuals who drug others and exploit them.
I was bodyguarding one of the girls. So what I'm saying is that it's rampant, and this was years ago. This was over 20 years ago. It's rampant in the music industry. It's rampant in Hollywood, film, pictures.
Damon Williams, the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, has confirmed that the drinks at Diddy's wild parties were spiked, and many guests were drugged to enable Diddy to take advantage of them.
Damon alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as cocaine, ecstasy, and GHB.
Interestingly, the baby oil at Diddy's parties was reportedly laced with GHB, which is allegedly what was used to drug KevinHart. The FBI was aware of this, which is why they seized all 1,000 bottles of baby oil from Diddy's home, as it was believed to contain drugs intended for his guests. Just look at what Gene Deal has said about the situation.
Isn't it weird that the government was so interested in Diddy's baby oil that they took 1,000 bottles away from his house? If the government took 1,000 bottles of baby oil and somebody had things what appeared to be baby oil, and then you have to listen to the prosecutor. He said that they seized 1,000 bottles what allegedly to be baby oil. Allegedly to be baby oil. So that's telling people that it wasn't baby oil. And people think that that was baby oil, they out their mind. I don't believe it was baby oil. Yo, bro, when they went up in there, they knew what they was gonna find. They knew what was ever in that baby oil or that those bottles that appeared to be baby oil, they knew about that at first. You gotta realize, 9 times out of 10, that individual that got caught at the airport, that was supposed to be their carrier, told them what they was doing and what they had. I wouldn't put him past that he told them everything. So when they went up in there, they knew they had to take whatever was out there, and that thing that appeared to be baby oil, they took that. They gotta test every last one of them. Let's see how much, let's see how many of those come back to be baby oil. Brother, listen to me. Costco don't sell that much baby oil. Well, you know sell that much baby oil. If you ever seen a massage parlor being raided, and they walking out the people, do they take the massage oil with them when they go? No, they just walk out the people who are being arrested. If you ever seen a person getting arrested and the people being arrested in those brothel houses, do they take out the stuff in the brothel houses? No, they don't. They take the individuals who are being arrested out the brothel houses. For them to take 1,000 bottles of baby oil, it's like that they did not leave one. They left people there, but they ain't leave not one bottle. Nobody needed no baby oil. So my whole thing about it is that there was something in that other than baby oil. That's why they took all the bottles. And 9 times out of 10, if I would give it a wild guess, it was, and like some of the people told me, it was probably that GHB. It's gamma hydroxy butyric. What is its effect on the body? It's a euphoria, drowsiness, decreased anxiety, and memory impairment. It works on the nervous system and gives you this feeling of euphoria. So they take that and rub it on it, and you forget who you are and what you're doing. It can also give you memory loss, drowsiness, and that's under the DEA, Drug Enforcement Administration.gov.
KevinHart wasn't the first person Diddy allegedly drugged and exploited. Diddy has openly discussed this behavior for years. In a 2002 interview with Conan O'Brien, he mentioned the need to drug people and lock the doors to keep the party going.
Okay, now, we need alcohols. Right. Alcohols. Right. Not just one alcohol. Alcohols. Right. Just different blend. You need the ladies, you need the booze. You need some water. For watering plants? Okay. No, I don't know if guys have noticed this, like a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, you know, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave. Right. Gotta keep them there. Right. You need locks on the doors. It is sounding kind of dangerous now. It's a little kinky, but yeah. Rock with me, but just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah. Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot? You don't have no air conditioning. No air conditioning. Why is that? Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, you know, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat. That just sounds disgusting. Depends on the way you look at it. People start getting gets kind of sexy. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, you sexy. New word for you. Yeah.
Diddy is unlikely to escape the allegations against him. A new lawsuit has been filed that accuses him of trafficking and abusing over 120 verified minors during his time as a producer. The lawsuit, brought by Houston attorney Tony Busby, includes claims from both male and female victims dating back to 2015.
Another instance, another minor, told allegedly by Sean Combs that he would make him a star, but needed to visit with him in private about it, away from his parents. Once they were in a private area, allegedly Mr. Combs made the victim perform oral sex upon him. Another incident, an individual 15 years old at the time, flown to New York City to attend a party, was drugged and then taken into a private room, allegedly in the presence of Mr. Combs, where this female individual minor was raped, and then other individuals took turns raping her. Another individual, 26 at the time of the occurrence, was picked up allegedly by Mr. Combs and several other people in a black SUV from the airport, was given one drink in the SUV, and then literally woke up the next day not knowing what had happened, but with pain and damage to both her vagina and her anus, where she then went to the hospital. She was missing her underwear and her shoes. Another instance, an individual, this time not a minor, attended a group dinner, allegedly with Sean Combs in Miami. She wasn't drinking because she was pregnant, but whatever she drank at the table, apparently, at least according to her, was laced with something. She blacked out, and she woke up in the same bed, again allegedly, with Mr. Combs in his mansion in Miami. Her vagina and her anus were torn and sore.
Gene Deal has also confirmed the abuse mentioned in these claims, revealing that Diddy would record videos of his victims and store them as a means of blackmail. Allegedly, this is how he managed to keep people silent for so long and avoid arrest.
They not gonna come out and speak on nothing that has anything to do with them, and they praying that they not on the tape. Doing crazy stuff, being oiled up in the whole 9 yards. They praying. So until the feds say, hey, yo, listen here. We got you on, hey buddy, we got you on this tape, and the girl looked like she was pretty young. We're not gonna show it, but we need you to come and testify against Brother Love, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs. That's when they're gonna start talking, and they're not gonna be talking in his favor. When the feds come to them and show them what they got on tape, because if he had 250 tapes all over, 250 cameras all over the house, somebody got caught stealing a cookie out the cookie jar. It could be your favorite pastor. It could be your favorite politician. But they didn't think they was being watched, and Brother Love was watching. That's why they ain't speaking up or saying nothing. Yeah, I was at the Diddy party, but I know I ain't do nothing. When you don't know somebody's taping you, when you don't know that somebody is videoing you in some kind of form or fashion, and you got that alcohol, you got the drugs in you, they're a little loose, bro. They let down all their inhibitions. The music is pumping. He said it himself. He got it so hot in there that you gotta take your clothes off. He said that himself, bro. So a lot of them, like what was what he said? I think a lot of them was being swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed? They tell off on themselves all the time, man. You just gotta listen.
In addition to Steve Harvey and Kevin Hart, another celebrity who has remained notably quiet about the Diddy situation is Ashton Kutcher. He has been seen with Diddy multiple times and is now being pulled into the drama. According to a source close to him, Ashton and his wife Mila Kunis are considering leaving Hollywood entirely to distance themselves from the controversy. There's a significant amount of footage connecting Ashton to Diddy, and it seems only a matter of time before he becomes embroiled in the fallout as well.
And Ashton Kutcher and him they were real tight. One time, me, him, Ashton Kutcher went to a Nets game, and we met Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? So they were close, they was cool.
But you think Diddy would do something like that? Lie on other celebrities?
Well, why would it have to be a lie? Because if he get caught in he gonna be as truthful as possible. You understand? He's gonna give them enough information, whereas that it's gonna make him look like the choir boy. So Ashton Kutcher, he has a right to be kind of alarmed if he was doing things with Diddy. Remember they used to have that group called the what do you call it? The Brat Pack? With Diddy, him, and a couple other guys was hanging out. Leonardo, one other guy too. I forgot the other guy's name. So they all might be worried.
This entire situation is troubling, and every celebrity who attended Diddy's wild parties is implicated in some way. Diddy has long claimed that authorities want to shut down his events due to illegal activities, yet many celebrities still chose to attend. Now, they're claiming they witnessed bizarre things but didn't take any action.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You gonna hear about my parties. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we wanna have a good time. You know, whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizon, people get intimidated. There's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it. It ain't nothing but break it down racial barriers, break it down generation barriers. People from all walks of life. Ron Perlman talking to Jay-Z talking to, you know what I'm saying? It just goes on and on. You know, it's just like people from all walks of life connecting and getting together. Yeah.
Your parties are the hottest ticket in town. People dying to get into your party. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's cool. You know, it doesn't make me feel any way special. It doesn't make me feel like a bigger person. It just makes me feel like I know how to throw.
According to Lord Jamar, once the truth is revealed, every major record company in Hollywood will face consequences. He claims that Bad Boy Records played a role in covering up Diddy's alleged abuse, but they weren't the only ones involved. It seems that everyone in Hollywood was aware of what was happening, yet no one took action to stop it.
People behind the scenes that are homosexuals that are pushing buttons? Yes. Yes. And that they want you to be down with their in order to push the button for you? Absolutely. And this is part of it. You just saw one of the gay mafia members. That's who he is. That's who Puffy is. He's one of the members of the mob. He's a mafia member. But he might not be Don Corleone. He's not the Godfather. You see? He's not the Godfather. He's one of the heads of the families. You see? We have different families in this thing. We got Bad. We got we have Death Row over here. We have the different families. We got Arista Records and LaFace. These are the fucking families in the mafia. You dig? Those record companies are like...
People in the industry have known about Diddy's activities for decades, but have been too afraid to speak out.
Bro, we've been hearing stuff from ages about the guy. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I think also from a business standpoint of view, I think the music industry is one of the most corrupt industries on the planet. And I know somebody personally, and I'm not even going to go into details, that did one of the biggest hits of Biggie's career. And he told me when he sent the beat to Puffy, he just stole it from him. So just from the amount how you doing business, you cannot do business that way and expect for you to continue to be successful, because eventually it will come back. So we always heard about, you know, from that standpoint of view, just doing people dirty, you know, just sneaking people for money, and every evil thing you can think of, they just, you know what I mean? So that's sad, because when you come from our background and we get into the music industry, for example, and they start becoming these CEOs, the first thing they start talking about, man, we're gonna do our own record company because we tired of the white man stealing from us. You know what I mean? And then you get these black CEOs, they come do the same exact thing to black art.
The most troubling aspect of this situation is that some individuals involved in the abuse have also been perpetrators themselves. For instance, Usher was one of Diddy's youngest victims early in his career and has spoken about how Diddy exposed him to disturbing things as a child. However, over time, Usher became a regular at Diddy's parties and ultimately played a role in enabling Diddy to exploit Justin Bieber.
To New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor
some...
Camp?
Yeah, that's what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
in the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgies like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, you know, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans, Jodeci, Mary J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like, you know,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to puffy camp?
Hell no.
Interestingly, this is what transformed Diddy into the person he is today. He wasn't always like this. It was the sexual abuse he experienced in the industry that shaped him. Gene Deal has even identified the individuals who allegedly abused Diddy.
Jail and be leaving their kids behind, be leaving their family behind. You understand? But some dudes belong in jail based on what they do and how they do it. We know that to be true. And it's just this situation, man, when they get down to all the facts and all what happened, he may belong in jail, bro. And that's not my doing. That's not Cassie doing. That's his doing and his learned behavior from the people that mentored him. You gotta realize, man, he learned from Andre Harrell. He learned from Russell Simmons. He learned from Clyde Davis. You understand? When those people are telling you that they were heavy into the drugs, they was heavy into beating women and doing things at that age, at that crazy stage, that's gonna make him think that he can get away with the same thing that they was getting away with back then. You understand? The things that he was saying, you know, the touchy-feely between two men and all that stuff like that, man. All that, he learned that from them dudes. When I told y'all the story, when me and my man went up to Russell Simmons, and he had a house, and he had a man in bikini drawers in his bedroom, in his bed. You understand? Bro, this is that he learned. I'm assuming he learned it from them. Let me put that. And I'm not gonna say allegedly, because I saw that for my own self. My man was with me, Slick was with me, and we saw that for our own.
The cycle of abuse that began with Diddy has harmed hundreds, if not thousands, of individuals, including minors. Many of the biggest stars in the industry rose to prominence because Diddy assisted them in exchange for sexual favors. Hollywood elites were aware of what was happening but chose to look the other way, as Diddy also provided them access to minors.
Comment, right, saying that she knew someone that went through Jimmy Hinchman proffer agreement for a drug case. And the proffer agreement revealed that Jimmy Hinchman, he could have walked away if he would have given up Diddy. What she mean by that?
Well, what happened was that they had 9 different sections with Jimmy Hinchman regarding his proffer agreement. So that means the feds went in there 9 different times to talk to him. And in those sessions, they asked him, what do you know about Sean Puffy Combs or Sean Diddy Combs? I don't think it was Puffy at that time. It wasn't Diddy at the time. But what do you know about Sean John Puffy Combs having sex with underage boys? And you gotta realize, and people never think about this, that Jimmy and his brother, I think they had the same charges. But his brother walked away from that, and Jimmy gets life without the possibility of parole, I think. Which is crazy. For any drug charge. Nobody should spend their life in jail for drug charges. And just drug charges. But I think they try to tie him to some murders or something like that. Same way they made allegations about Usher. When Usher was young.
I mean, do you think that there's any credibility to these allegations?
When there's smoke, there's fire. Why would Diddy be tapping his kid in his chest to see if he wired? And asking him, are you wired? Why would he be confronting that kid? Why would Justin Bieber make a song about, what is it? I got smashed at a Diddy party or something like that? Why? There's reasoning behind all this. So Well, there's smoke, there's fire, Cam. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, Justin, he's been real quiet about this. I mean, I think like a lot of the other celebrities.
I was reading some, Cam, and the kid said after he went to Diddy camp, he started using drugs so heavy and was smashed every day. What would cause a kid who wanted to be an artist in the music business all of a sudden to start getting high and drinking and drugging, popping pills and smoking? What would cause a kid to do that?
I mean, usually trauma.
Or a Diddy party.
What do you think will happen next? Is Diddy really facing arrest, or will he find a way to evade it once more? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.